All right, we should be live. We should be live. I haven't done this in a while, and I should have done this mostly in the last part of the season, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, yeah, everything is good. Look like the audio is good. Look like the audio is good. So let's get right into this. I am going to talk about the post game of the spring game, and the spring game turned out to be really good. But before we get that, let's backtrack where we left off at last season. Shy Words led the team against La Tech to win the New Orleans Bowl. New Orleans, I think it was New Orleans Carrier Bowl. I think it was something like I can't remember, but great performance by him. Post Rashad Bird, he's gone. Raymond Johnson, he's gone as well. You had a handful of players just leave, and it's really unfortunate. But next man up, and it's time to start the new season. Now we got new quarterbacks coming in. We have one familiar face when it comes to Justin Tomlin. That is, a real good sign that he's back from his injury. Good to see that. Also, you got a bunch of running backs that are here. That's one thing I could take away from this. It's one thing I could take away from the spring game. We have a lot of running backs, a lot, and it's really it's really amazing to see the type of guys that just come through this program. Look like every running back could start, and it looks like we're going to have a good running game. But it's not all about that. I also see that we're trying to pass the ball more, and that looks really, really good. I'm not going to get into anything like in particular. I'm just going to try to look at things as a collective. As far as anybody standing out, I really didn't see. It was good to see that Tomlin was able to throw the ball some. You also had Connor Kaliski. He threw the ball pretty well. That was a good sign. Good to see that. I didn't see anyone else throw the ball fairly well, and I think that's somewhat of an issue. I don't know how far of an issue that's going to be because, like I said, this is the spring game. But when you do look at what the offense is trying to do, now you're looking at a situation where does this be more of a liability instead of doing what we normally do, which run the option and pretty much run it very well. We got some speed under the helm. Under center, so that shouldn't be a problem. Even I was surprised to see Kaliski move a little bit. I was also, it wasn't really much of a surprise to see Kennerson move. Kennerson, he has a lot of speed, and it's good to see that Tomlin was able to move around as well. Like I said, I don't want to get in too many individuals because I didn't see anything that really, really stood out outside of the quarterback play, because the quarterback play in general looked like it's going to be fairly solid. I know when they had some scrimmages, the offense was moving very well, but this time it was more of the defense. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later when it comes to actually talking about the defense. Offensively, they tried to run the ball more, and that was a good sign. They tried to throw the ball more, and that's a good sign to see because I've always been a proponent for seeing them trying to actually spread the ball around. I was getting really frustrated when I saw a lot of dives, a lot of up the middle runs, straight options that went nowhere. It really became really one-dimensional. And the fact that it became one-dimensional, it was, it did not get the offense rolling like we wanted to. Basically, the defense kept us in a lot of these games last year because of the type of offense that we was running. And then the offensive coordinator that we had was moved. Coach Rue's come back. He's here. And you saw the playbook open some. We saw some more passing. We saw a little bit more kinks in the offense. And we were able to be a little more diverse. And like I said, that's what you want to see. You want to see more diverse in the offense, because you can become very one dimensional, and it could cost us a lot of games, especially if the defense is not as stout as you want it to be. So it was good to see that there were some, the playbook was opened up where we can see more passing or whatever the case may be. But we just need more of a balance, and we need more execution when it comes to actually completing passes, throwing passes where they need to go. Also, you would like to see more. You would just like to see the passing game just get tightened up at the for the most part. The plays themselves are really good looking plays. I like the little fake handoffs to it was kind of like an RPO style, but it was more of a delay to where they were fake handoff and you would try to throw the ball. Basically a play action. Those look pretty good. Some of the out routes look pretty nice. Actually saw the ball being thrown downfield where we actually saw Justin Tomlin actually throw a touchdown pass to who did he throw to Darius Lewis. That looked really good. That's the things that you would like to see when it comes to opening up the playbook. Because don't get me wrong, Georgia Southern has a winning pedigree when it comes to running the option, running the triple option, running the spread option. We've seen that ever since they came to the FBS. And I don't even want to talk about the FCS when we was back there, a 1AA ball. We really did a good job back then. So I just think that when you move up, you want to have a more diverse offense. And it showed in, like maybe the last, 3 or 4 years where it got really frustrating when you got behind or when you was down 1 or 2 scores and we had to play catch up and you're not as well versed as far as trying to move the ball down the field. It's one of the things that you would like to have overall when you have an offense like we do. The receiving corps was actually pretty good. I don't have a problem with the receivers per se. They look like they're able to run their routes. They're able to look like they can get open. I just think the quarterbacks need to have more vision when it comes to actually seeing the entire field. And then I think that's one of the things I actually had a problem with Shy Wirtz. I thought Shy Wirtz had the issue where he was not able to actually see the field, but he had an arm on him. Justin Tomlin brings that dynamic where he can actually see the field and move around a little bit, so it makes him more of a deadlier weapon. So I think if we can get that down, I think we'll be more deadly on offense. The defense, let's get into that. The defense looked really good. They went after the ball, and they went after the ball like a pack of hound dogs. I mean, like a bunch of dogs. They went after the ball. They went after the ball carrier. They weren't playing around on that defensive line. They were moving up the field when it comes to the front seven. The secondary, I expected more out of the secondary. I didn't see much that I saw. Derek Canteen had a couple of good plays. He did get a pass interference call. Some of the other guys did pretty good. A couple of interceptions on errant passes. But what I did see, I didn't see enough to say that I am actually 100% confident in the secondary like I was last year. Last year, the secondary was like really, really, really good. And I know there's going to be, Darryl Baker's back. You had a couple other guys back there that was actually playing pretty good. But I would have thought that the secondary would do a little bit better. Now, don't get me wrong. The secondary did look good because of the front seven was just so dominant up front. They looked really, really good when it came to holding the line. They weren't able. The quarterback was. There were times where the quarterback was running for his life at times. They had to scramble a lot because the front seven was doing what they're supposed to do. There were some plays where the quarterbacks did not get the ball to the receivers, but there were times the receivers were actually open. And like there was one play where I think I can't remember his name. I'm looking at it right here. Not J.A. McCaffrey. Tyler Bride got an interception over overthrown pass. I think if it was a little bit more accurate, it'd have been more of a fight for the ball. But it just seemed like he just overthrew the quarterback. I mean, the receiver. And that's just one thing I'm talking about. It just looks like the quarterbacks aren't really in rhythm of throwing. And I understand it because it's still going to be new to them running this new offense. I don't expect them to be like, bam, bam, bam. They're going to be super dope off the rip, you know. Let me see something real quick. But yeah, I just think at the end of the day, I think overall it was a spring game. You saw, what you expect to see of a spring game. Nothing really dynamic, nothing really crazy or anything like that. Lil Uzi Vert, good to see you. Say, I think we worked on plays that we want to use in the season. Yeah, and I think those, for the most part, are going to work with, more, repetition, more practice. You got to understand they had 3 or 4 scrimmages until this game. And I know during the scrimmage, they were able to execute a little bit more. So I think they'll be okay. Defense looked good. Either the O-line is still below average. I don't think the O-line is that bad because we were able to move the ball in the running game. We'll talk about that in a second when it comes to the running backs. We were able to move the ball when it comes to that. I just think this is just a continuation of last year. That front seven was just nice. That front seven was just good. Even, without Rashad Bird there, you still got a handful of guys that want to play up front. I mean, you're talking about, a pack of, I can't even name them all off the top, but I know you saw, I saw Jose, Jose was there, number 5. He was up there. I think I saw Mazel Williams play. I cannot remember because I wasn't really seeing any names that was standing out. You just had a bunch of guys up front that was just good. So I don't think Randy Wade was there as well. Yeah, So you have just a front seven that's just better than the offensive line. Now you go back to the offensive line. As far as the running game, they were able to get the running backs up the middle, running for some big yards. Even with the times we did run the option, you had players that actually moved the ball pretty well. I mean, Amari Jones did good. Gerald Green had some time to shine. Logan Wright as well. And, I mean, I didn't even talk about Jalen White yet. Jalen White did very well in this game as well. So, who's the other running back? I'm looking to see. No, not him. Let's see. Where is he? Number 29. A.J. Brown. He's another one. So, the offensive line, I don't think is bad. I just think you just have a defensive line. I mean, that defense in general looks really good. But I did see some open players in the secondary. And I don't know. It just wasn't meant to really see because you didn't have the quarterback just really didn't have that much time. And the time that they did, you saw some pretty good catches. Definitely from JJ McCaffrey. He looks like he's going to be a stud. I think he's like 6'4", 200. Came for Georgia Military College. He looks like he's ready to go. I think it's going to be pretty good to see him get some work if we can get the quarterbacks up and running like we want to. Lil Uzi Vert, once again, he said if we get a solid passing game, our offense would be so much. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. I don't like our pass blocking. Even last year, Shaw was under pressure like 2 or 3 seconds to pass. Yeah, I agree. And this is exactly what I'm saying. I don't think the O-line is bad. I just don't think they're really good at pass protection. Very good offensive line. Very good run oriented, run blocking. Very good. And I think they'll be able to show what they can do throughout the rest of these practices and even in game once the season starts. But what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to tighten up that pass blocking. And if they don't, what we're going to see is a lot of short passes. We're probably going to see Najee Thompson go over the top. Caleb Hood get over the top as well. It's going to be one of those type of situations instead of actually having passing plays where the quarterback can read the defense. And that could be a detriment. So that's something that really need to tighten up. Let's talk about the running backs. Let's go back to the running backs real quick. like I said, you had J.D. King also. I mean, he was there, but he was not able to play, so he wasn't there on the field. So you had the running back. Yeah, Logan Wright, Gerald Green on the white team. They looked really good. You also had who else is in the backfield? I know I saw I think it was Jordan Pearson. He was back there one time. I saw him run on the white team. Yeah, I think was it Amari Jones? Amari Jones is on the blue team. He looked really good. AJ Brown was another one. I mean, I think we got like maybe six running backs that can actually do something. You know what I'm saying? And he said, like I said earlier, AJ Brown, he's a little smaller guy, but he can run. So you got Jalen White, AJ Brown, Amari Jones is back there, Gerald Green, Logan Wright. I mean, that's five running backs I've seen that was just ready to go. And these guys could probably start, but it looks like the way that this offense is ran, it's going to be another running back by committee. But I think you're going to see Green, Wright, and possibly J.D. King get most of the carries. But just depends on the situation. It's going to be really interesting to see what Amari Jones do. It's going to be interesting to see what A.J. Brown does. It's just going to be really interesting because these guys can actually, move the ball with some speed. Yeah, exactly. We got a five-headed monster at running back. And, at one point it was where too that, at Georgia Southern, we had the cowbell running back and you had a couple other guys that can come in and step up. But now it's like it's really turning into running back university. I mean, like for real now, where we're going to have like a lot of guys who can actually play some ball and do some things. So I'm really excited about how things are going to continue to go. CJ Wright, he played pretty well. He even had to run the ball. He had a chance to run the ball a little bit. That's good to see that. That was pretty interesting to see. With him and Randy Wade and a couple of these young guys, you're looking at like Jalen Jackson and I think Birdsong's gonna be coming back. He was injured because Birdsong, even though he plays in the secondary, I know he comes down and play a little bit up front. I can't really think of all the other guys who was actually up on the line, but that defense, every time you saw there was a tackle, you had 3, 4, maybe 5 guys up there ready to go, jumping on, the ball carrier. It was a nightmare for either team that was trying to move the ball. Sean Pell-Kisson, good to see him get out there. Tight end out of Pennsylvania. I've been really big on this kid ever since they brought him in from up north. Good to see him continue to stick with what we do down here. Not necessarily homesick. Shout out to Miss Tara Sabi. Follow her on Twitter. She does a really good job in supporting her son down here. Well, I ain't gonna say down here because I'm not in Statesboro, but he does a really good job of supporting him down in Statesboro, and that's the type of things you like to see. You like to see things like Miss Tara. You like to see things like Miss Sophia King, J.D. King's mom. Very good Georgia Southern moms that comes down and support their sons playing the game of football. Really good to see. I want to see who else did pretty good. We're going to go double back and let's talk about some of the receivers. Duran Burgess came out. He played a little bit. Saw him do a couple of good things. Like I said, I think Amari Jones was another one. He caught some balls out of the backfield. He looked good. J.J. McCaffrey, he looked pretty good as well. I talked about him earlier. You had a couple of other guys that was actually playing, did pretty well. As far as them executing, they did all right. My main thing is I would like to see the quarterbacks get the ball to them a little bit more. I mean, even when it comes to what's his name? I'm looking at the name right here. Where did it go? The guy who caught the touchdown. Was it Darius Lewis? Yeah, Darius Lewis caught the touchdown pass. You would like to see things like that. The receivers are looking pretty good. When I saw let's go to the quarterbacks real quick. When I saw Sam Kennerson come out and play, he has some speed on him, and it was good to see him out there and play a little bit. I didn't see him throw too much, but he definitely was able to get the ball out. Get from out of the backfield and move a little bit. Very good acceleration. Says Veeam still on the team. He got hurt in practice before last season started. He started on the defensive line. I don't see him on the roster of the blue and white game. I don't see him at all, so I'm not sure. I didn't even see him out there as well, so I don't know. One thing when we do talk about players, I was kind of upset a little bit when I looked at this roster and I didn't see any of the freshmen that came in that was recruited. Then I heard on the television they said that they're not going to be on campus until June, so that's okay because I'm really waiting to see what Cameron Ransom do. I want to see this kid play. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's no knock on any of the quarterbacks we got now, but Cameron Ransom is the next big thing coming out of Georgia Southern, in my opinion. I mean, I think he's going to be the next big quarterback coming out of Statesboro, because not only that kid can run, he has an arm on him, and some of these passes that should have been that could have got to the receivers, I believe he would have made some of these throws, if not 80 or 90% of these throws, because he's a big, strong kid coming out of Florida, and he looks really, really good on tape on high school. Hopefully that translate over. Good. It would be really nice to see him and let's say Logan Wright or any other running backs. It'd be good to see any of them it'd be good to see any of them on the backfield with him. But no, I don't see him on the roster. So that's I don't know where Cavilium did get hurt early in the season. As a matter of fact, I think he either got hurt in practice before the season, or he got hurt in the Campbell game. I can't remember. I think it was before the Campbell game. What the hell happened from the guy from Georgia Tech? I think he really had personal issues. He had been on campus since the first football scrimmage. He still goes to Georgia Southern. I don't know what's going on with James Graham. I am a little bit worried about that, though. Even when he comes back, it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to actually compete for the starting job. And that's the thing I'm worried. If you're not here for the spring game, and then you were out for one, you were there for one scrimmage, but you got these other guys actually, developing, doing their thing. Because like right now, I have no problem with Justin Tomlin being the starter. I have no problem with Justin Tomlin being the starter. Because Tomlin can actually, he knows the offense, he knows the team, he has more familiarity with the team, and he actually looked pretty good today. So I have no problem with it. I would like to see James Graham out there and compete, possibly even play, because him and J.D. King went to high school together, and it'll be good to see them guys play together. So if he does come back and is able to play or come back to compete, I would not be mad if him or Tomlin starts. But that's just me. Let's talk about special teams real quick. Lil Uzi Vert says, long snappers got me worried, a lot of high snaps. It's not just the long snappers. This is just another part. Special teams in general is going to need work. Now you got guys like Chalon Howard. You got Caleb Hood. You got some guys that are going to be able to return kickoffs and punts. But when I'm talking about a special team, I'm talking about the kicking game. Rayner, I don't like what I see with Rayner. I know we got a couple of kickers that's going to be coming in. I think they're coming in next year, or I think we got one coming in later on this year. Once all the other freshmen come on campus, it's going to be really interesting to see what those kickers do. Let me see. I can't remember the names of those kickers. I was just looking at them earlier because I'm not necessarily a fan. I'm not necessarily a fan of, let me see. Oh, I don't want to see that. Please excuse me, I'm sorry. Georgia Southern. All right. I'll find it in a second. I know is one. Jesse Williams is one of them. I want to see him come through. He's from Auburndale, Florida. I would like to see that guy come in and play. And it's another guy as well. But Jesse Williams is definitely a really good kicker that's coming out of Florida. And there's another one that's coming like right down the street from Georgia Southern. He's from Effingham County, I think, or something like that. So we got two kickers supposed to be coming in. So Rayner, I mean, he missed a kick with nobody rushing, and he missed the last kick in the final part of the kickoff. I mean, the kick to of the scrimmage game. He hit the first two and missed the last one. Cameron Ransom is coming on campus in June, so we're not going to see him right now. What's the name of the QB I mentioned earlier? Are you talking about James Graham out of Georgia Tech? That's a transfer to Georgia Southern. But Cameron Ransom is the guy that I want to see. I mean, you can go back and look at my Georgia Southern recruit video where I talked about Cameron Ransom. He was the spotlight of my the recruiting class, in my opinion. I think that kid's going to be a game changer, and it's not even close. I love what I see out of that guy. I showed all his highlights and everything, but I like I said, I don't think, Cameron Ransom, right? Cameron Ransom. I think he's going to be the next big thing out of Georgia Southern. That's just my opinion. That kid, he looks really good. I like what I see, and he's my favorite to come out of the draft. I mean, of the recruiting class. You want to ask me who does he compare to? To me, he looks like and I don't even want to put his name on here, but to me he just looked like I really don't want to do it. To me, he compares to more of a Cam Newton back in Auburn. That's what he looks like to me. And he looks like a more mobile Cam Newton, because Cam Newton didn't really run it at Auburn. So you can say somewhere like a more of like a Lamar Jackson style, or like I said, a Lamar Jackson or a Cam Newton. So I think that once he comes in with this offense, if this offense is set up like this, I think it's perfect for him. I think he'll be amazing for this offense. And to me, it's not even close. I just think it'll be I think it'll be awesome. Yeah, he is big and tall like Cam Newton. I mean, I got the highlights. I'm gonna I can go back and look. Cause I don't want to go pull up the highlights right now. Let's see. Here we go. Early recruiting class. Yeah, that's it right here. Let me see if I can pull it up. If I could pull it up right now, I'll show you some of the highlights. Yeah, this him right here. But yeah, I'm a big fan of him, so I'm just waiting for him to. I'm just waiting for him to come through and play for us. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can pull him up. Here he is right here. See if I can share this screen. All right, this is from my old video right here. Let me see. Can I full screen this? Yeah, there we go. That's better. Hide that. Move this. Yeah, I'm surprised the other schools didn't want him either. I mean, dude looks nice. And here he is right here. All right, we're gonna look at this real quick. Yeah, all right, yo, this is the reason why I can't wait. We can skip that ad. There we go. I'm waiting for this kid to come to the school. Don't mind me talking over here, but this is him right here. I mean, dude's a monster, man. And like I said, throughout the spring game, if this guy was able to play those throws and stuff that we had problems with in the spring game, this guy right here, he'll be able to do it. He can make all the throws and he can also run as well. So I'm really waiting to see this guy come through and play for us. I think he got an offer from Memphis. I want to say he got an offer from UAB. I think he had an offer from like 6 other schools. None of the recruits as of right now are at the school except for ones who are actually early high school transfers. Or, early high school, what do I say? Early high school finishers, one that already finished high school early, or they were actual college transfers. All the kids that are all the ones that are just early recruits that are coming out of high school, they got to finish school first, so they're going to be there in June. So I think he's one of them that had to finish school, so he'll be there in June. So we do have, y'all got the picture. I ain't got to show this though more. Yeah, we already know what time it is with this. I'm trying to think before I get to who's on the Derwin Burgess is one of, yeah, that's you on the screen. Yeah, right. Derwin Burgess is at the school now. He's one. Let me see if I can pull this up so you guys can see this. Yeah, dude's gonna be nice. I can't wait for him to come to the school. All right, this was the roster of everybody who was at the school. Not at the school, but oh God, this is so small. You know what? I do one better. Hold on. I know how to get this. I know how to get this up here. Let's see. I know exactly what I need to do. Hold on. I know what to do. Yep, I know exactly what to do. That's right, Eagle 6-pack. That's what I'm talking about. Hail Southern. Hopefully you watch most of this and see what I was talking about earlier, and get on. We're gonna be talking about Georgia Southern pretty much throughout the entire season. I did a little bit last year, but I had a lot of stuff going on, so I didn't really talk about the last game, which I should have. Oh, that's much better. All right, let's get this screen up real quick. I'll show you guys who the ones that I know that are at the school. Let me see. There we go. All right. I don't know if y'all can see. I should be able to see that. Let me pull this up. Move this over here. All right. Let's see. Derwin Burgess. Derwin Burgess is at the school. I think Amari Jones is another one. I'm not 100% certain. I think he was an early recruit. JJ McCaffey is another one. He's an early recruit. Oh goodness, I can't remember everybody. Please forgive me. But I think it's like 6 or 7 of them that was here early. That finished high school early, or they're just college transfers. Like right now, even if James Graham was able to play, he would have played the game tonight. But he's gone for personal issues, so he didn't play. Which is hopefully everything is going okay on his end, and he'll be back with us really soon. So those are the 2 that I remember. So yeah. Yeah, Amari is the transfer from Tulane. Right, exactly. He's a transfer from Tulane. So what I take from this, I think that Georgia Southern has a pretty good team on their hands. I don't think the team is bad, but I really think that there are some things that they're going to have to work on. I think that's obvious with any school that's going through what they're going through right now. Basically, when you have a new team basically a new offensive coordinator, new running backs coach, new wide receiver coach. Coach Ruse is actually getting his guys in there as far as his staff on the offensive side, and you got Scott Sloan at defensive coordinator, who's actually doing a really good job. I mean, what I've seen in the defense is nothing short of amazing. That defense is just, it looked like they haven't even lost a step, because I thought, with Raymond Johnson, and you had Raymond Johnson, and you had Rashad Bird leave, and then you had, what is the name of that safety that left, that went to Louisville with Shy Wirtz? I cannot remember his name to save my life. I want to say Rutledge, but it's not Rutledge, because Rutledge went to the NFL, but he played the same position as Rutledge. Oh my God, what is his name? Kendrick Duncan. There you go. Kendrick Duncan. So we lost him as well. So I was more like, all right, what this defense going to look like? But from what I see, this defense look like they've done exactly what they've done exactly what I thought they would do. And they've done a phenomenal job when it comes to getting at the quarterback, getting at the receiver, not letting anything go through. The defensive line is setting up the secondary to look good. This is what you like to see. When you have Dal Baker getting an interception, you saw Derek Canteen play pretty good, even though he did get a pass interference call, which, even the great ones, they're going to get called sometimes. So I think he's on his way, and I think he did a pretty good job overall. I like exactly what the defense have done. Lil Uzi Vert says, defense might not take too bad of a hit, but possibly be better than last year. It will be tough, though. I have no problem with the front seven. I saw the front seven was going to be good even when, in the middle of the season. The front seven the front seven basically kept us in the Coastal Carolina game last year. The front seven kept us in a lot of games last year. You know what I'm saying? They kept us in a lot of games. So when you look at what they had, these were a lot of guys that were young. They wanted to play, and they got some talent. So when you got guys who want to play and they got talent, you're going to see a lot of good stuff come out of that. And therefore, that was the reason why I think that's one of the reasons why Raynard Ellis is no longer with the team. Raynard Ellis did not want to be rotated out, but you got a bunch of guys that was ready to go. I'm talking about like freshmen, guys like Jalen Jackson. I didn't know that he was going to play that well, So Jalen Jackson came in and did his thing. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think who else was up there. I cannot remember most of these guys' names, but then you got a guy like Mizell Williams who's coming in. He's going to play pretty well, up front. So Marquez Watson Trent, I think he plays on defense. That's another guy, and I'm not even talking about CJ Wright. CJ Wright's coming back. He's going to be a problem. So Louis said best front seven in the Sun Belt. Only team that comes close to ours last year was Coastal Carolina. And I agree. There's a lot, to be said about that defensive line. That front seven kept us in so many games. I mean, it was just to the point where the offense themselves could not move the ball against Coastal Carolina, and they gave us so many chances to the point where the defense basically got tired, and we ended up losing them 28-14. I mean, even with the Appalachian State game, the defense gave us a lot of chances. The offense just couldn't do anything, and then when Justin Tomlin got hurt, that made it even worse. Complimentary Sports said, any players come from Southern? Yes. Kendall Vildor, he plays for the Chicago Bears right now. I can't pronounce his name. The linebacker, Eligwe, I think that's his name. I can't pronounce it, but he's from Georgia Southern. Jared McKinnon plays for the 49ers. He's from played at Georgia Southern. Matt Breida played for the 49ers, went to the Dolphins, now plays for the Bills. He plays for Southern. Tyler Bass, kicker from the Bills. He plays for the Bills. He came from Georgia Southern. Young Wei Koo The kicker from that plays for the Falcons right now. He's from Georgia Southern. Who else I'm missing? Am I missing anybody? Rutledge. Rutledge played for he ended up going undrafted, ended up playing for the Colts for a little while, and then he ended up getting picked up by Arizona or something like that. He plays for Georgia Southern. So we got Georgia Southern is a small school here in this, and I keep saying here, but I don't live in Georgia anymore. Georgia Southern is a small school. Mookie Sanders. I heard that name before. Did he play? I don't think he went made to the NFL. Did he? Let me look that up. I'm not sure. Let me see. No, I don't know. I don't see anything about Mookie Sanders. You might stop playing. I was about to say stop it. I didn't hear nobody who I heard that name before, but I know what the hell you talking about. You so stupid. No, I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. Ain't no damn Mookie. So let me look that up to make sure. Stop it. But no, you have these players that that actually play pretty. That I mean, even right now, everybody that I name, they contribute to the teams. These are not guys that are like, just scrubs or anything like that. You know what I mean? What's his name? That the receiver that picked up by the Raiders, Fortune, or I think that's one of the. He was playing for the Raiders for a while at wide receiver. So like I said, this school is a small school in the mid to South Georgia, but we have a lot of pride at Georgia Southern. This is not just something that, hey, I decided to put on this jersey and just root for a team. I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, so I was like right an hour away from Georgia Southern, and I rooted for this team since like the late 80s. You know what I'm saying? I remember the Tracy Hams and, and all of that, even the times when we won those championships with Irk Russell, and then turn around, Paul Johnson comes through, and then you have the Greg Hills of the world, and, the Jason Fosters. Oh, I just forgot about it. J.J. Wilcox played for, for the Dallas Cowboys, and he played for the Falcons. I'm not sure if he's still in the league, but that's another one. He played for Georgia Southern. Absolutely. That's a good call. I almost forgot about him. Let's see where J.J. Wilcox is right now. Yeah, he keep getting cut from teams, but right, and I don't understand it. Yeah, right now he plays for the Atlanta Falcons. That's what it says right here. Right now he's still at Atlanta Falcons. But yeah, he keeps getting cut. I don't know why, but let's see. I'm looking at Dallas 2017 Pitt, 2 teams. But it says right now, as of right now, he's an Atlanta Falcon. That's what it says. I'm not 100% sure. He got signed to the practice squad of the Falcons back in 2020. Yeah, you're right. Eagles, he keeps getting cut from teams. It really sucks. What's going on, Antonio? Good to see you, bro. But throughout the season, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be trying to do a pregame, postgame, and I'm going to be doing like a midweek type of talk when we talk about Georgia Southern football here. I did a little bit of that last year. I didn't do the postgame of the bowl game, but we did watch the bowl game on the Discord. And the Discord, which one was Discord? Yeah, the Discord is down in the description of the channel. We talk about sports and sports gaming on the First and Frame Rates podcast, but I do this when I talk about my team. I love Georgia Southern. I've been rooting for them since the 80s. Like I said, I remember the 6 championships. I don't remember the first 3. I was a kid, but I do remember rooting for the team because that was the closest college to us. I mean, I wasn't about to root for Savannah State. I mean, outside of Shannon Sharp, we had nobody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my God, Savannah State football. Jesus Christ. I don't know. But yeah, my thing is I love this team. I mean, I went to the school, class of 06, end up going to that school. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm necessarily class of 06. I end up leaving the school at the end of my school career, and I end up doing my last bit of school last bit of credits at Charleston Southern here in South Carolina. They ended up moving to South Carolina, but most of my time at Georgia Southern, I did probably like 75% of my time at Georgia Southern. So, that's that is what it is. Uzi Vert said this channel gave me so much stress release after bad games last year. That's awesome, man. I'm glad that you was able to catch that, because I always see the glass half full. And like I said, before I get out of here, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Complimentary say I should try to do interviews with the players too. Hey man, if I can get down to Georgia Southern, if I can get down to Statesboro, I'll do it. But like right now, I live in Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm not able to get down there like I used to, because I mean, even when I was in Savannah, I used to go to the games. You know, I remember going to games when they played Coastal Carolina, before Coastal Carolina was, they were like, I mean, both teams are FCS. So, I mean, that was back in 06, 05. But my thing is, if I can get access, I definitely will do it, because I'm a big Georgia Southern fan. I mean, that's one thing I would, that's one thing I would love to do. Yeah, I remember you was telling me, I'm 10 minutes from the campus. Yeah, I used to live when I was on campus, I used to, my apartment was in St. Charles, was right down the street from Paulson Stadium, right on the other side of 301. So I used to go to the games all the time, just walk right down there. So yeah, man, that's pretty dope, man. I mean, Statesboro is growing, because when I was there, 15 years ago, it was a little bit of nothing. So I mean, that's great. My room looks different. I'm gonna tell you about this. Like I'm in the process of moving everything upstairs. So this is the upstairs area. It's a really big room up here where I could put most of my gaming stuff. And that's what I'm going to be doing, putting most of my gaming stuff up here. Well, when I first started this channel, after I left the Virtual Footballer channel, I had all my stuff up here. But when COVID hit, what me and my wife decided to do is like say, God forbid any one of us caught COVID, we were going to have this room up here. I was going to have this room up here to be an isolation area if me or my wife caught COVID. So all of this was what the room's going to be. Now, since COVID's died down, I'm moving my stuff back up here. So I got like a few more bookshelves I'm going to buy so I can put all of my games up here. All my consoles are basically up here now. So that's what, all the gaming stuff is going to be up here. So you're going to see a transformation of this room once again. I don't think you was around when I had all my stuff up here back then. So, Jesus Christ, 40,000 people in Statesboro? What? See, when I was there, it was 2,500. And that was because most of us was like students. So it was very small back then. I took a ride through Statesboro. No matter of fact, me and my wife, we went to the game back in 2017 when they played Georgia State, Southern, not State, by the way. When we played Georgia State, and I noticed how big the city of Statesboro has become. I mean, there's a lot of stuff down there now. I mean, I remember where it was like nothing. I think it was like Statesboro Mall, and it was the movie theater. And you had Splash by the Borough was just the Splash by the Borough was just opening, and all the other good stuff. So it was a pretty dope back then. Does anybody know if we're doing full capacity? I'm not sure. I think we're doing 50%. Let me see, because I heard they're doing 50% at least. Let me see. I'm about to find out now, see if they have any information. Full capacity of Paulson. Okay, they're saying, well, this was in 2020. They said it's going to be 25% last year. So I'm guessing it's going to be 50% this year. You heard there were no restrictions? Really? I heard it, last time I heard it, it was going to be 50%. You would know better than I do because you actually live down there. Let me see. R-E-S-T-R-I-C-T. I'm just getting a bunch of stuff back in 2020. I don't see nothing. I don't see anything that says right now. But if they're going to full capacity, that'd be great. That would be great. But I this year I plan on trying to go to a few games. So hopefully, I'll get a few. Hopefully they will be able to have some. That would be interesting to see. But right now, Lil Uzi Vert, he lives right down there in Statesboro. He would know. He would know much better than I do if they're going to be going full capacity. But they had a good bit of people there for the spring game. Even though the spring game was supposed to be tomorrow, they moved it up today, and they said a good bit of people was there. So let me see if they put out any news on GeorgiaSouthernEagles.com. Let's see. I don't see anything. Hold on. Let me see if they got anything. Off-season workouts. No, I don't see anything right here, so I don't know. But yeah, once we get closer, we would know. And from what I'm gonna lean on, I'm leaning that it'll probably be full capacity. I think it'll be full capacity. So it's been about an hour. I want to do these around about an hour. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Everybody who came through, you guys are great. Let's do a little bit of closing right now. The blue-white game, spring game for Georgia Southern, I think overall it was a success. We were able to see some potential in all the players. We still have the Achilles heel when it comes to our special teams and the pass protection. I think those two things need to be tightened up. To be honest with you, I think the special teams are going to be tightened up before the offensive line. We got a bunch of guys here that really aren't used to pass protection because we definitely were a run-first team. So I think at the end of the day, we're going to see I think we're going to have some improvement, but it's more we're going to have to wait to see. I think those are the two things that I have a problem with. Secondary, they left some guys open. The quarterback just wasn't able to get the ball to them. So, yeah, that's almost a wash. When it comes to the defense, I have no problem with the defense. I think they're going to be okay. Secondary needs to tighten up. Front seven just looks phenomenal. The front seven is going to be great. So I'm walking away with this with a pretty good vibe. I'm walking away with this with a pretty good vibe. I think we're going to be okay. And at the end of the day, we're going to be able to cause some problems in the Sun Belt this year. I think we're going to be able to. Justin Tomlin being at the helm, you got the running backs, like we said earlier, we got a 5-headed monster at running back. If we get some things going on in the passing game, little short passes, set up some deep passes. We have JJ. We got JJ at receiver 6'4", 200. I think we're going to be okay. JJ McCaffrey, I think we're going to be all right. Amari Jones, he can catch out the backfield. He can do a little bit of everything. We still got Najee Thompson. We already know he got some good hands as well. So I think, in closing, I'm walking away from the spring game. I'm very optimistic. Glass is half full, absolutely half full. And I think we're going to be okay at the end of the day. So does the team still wear this jersey? No, they don't. I don't think they actually wear this jersey at all. I got this jersey off of it was one of the Georgia Southern websites. I can't remember. It wasn't SXE. It wasn't SC Statesboro. I know. I think that's the name. I know it wasn't them. Yeah, XXC Statesboro. I know I didn't get it from them. But I like this jersey. My wife got it for me for Christmas, so I don't know where she got it from, but this jersey is absolutely awesome. This Georgia Southern jersey. I plan on trying to buy some more Georgia Southern stuff. I'm going to have this room laced with Georgia Southern stuff. Like I said, I love this team. I love the tradition of this team. I love everything behind it. And I hope you guys are going to be here with me as we talk about this team throughout the season. I think the next time we'll see them in action, oh goodness, I don't know. It's going to be a while. So, but if anything comes up, we're definitely going to talk about that. I want to get into talking about other Georgia Southern athletics as far as the tennis team actually got the Sun Belt Championship. The baseball team is doing really well, but I'm more focused on football because I'm a big football fan. And to be honest, guys, I work. I'm a husband. I have a son. I do 2 other podcasts. I also do streaming when it comes to gaming. And I do actual videos when it comes to gaming as well. So I got a lot going on. So to add the baseball team and all this other stuff, that's going to be tough. But I will try to get in where I fit in on that. But definitely, make no mistake, the football content, Georgia Southern football, is going to be talked about on this channel as well. So that's what we're going to do, definitely. The baseball team is popping. They're doing really well. Really well. Kabloom said, I would if I have time to design a game room for you for supporting just. Hey, man, that'd be awesome, bro. That'd be pretty dope. That'd be pretty cool. 22-14. 22-14. Is that the baseball record right now? Yeah, is that the baseball? That's pretty dope if that's the baseball record. Because see, I haven't been able to follow them. I know. This is why Lil Uzi Vert follows me in the Discord. This is why he's in the Discord, because he keeps me up to date on what's going on. He keeps me up to date what's going on in the baseball team. But with me working and I'm doing all this other content creation, I have a lot going on, so I'm not able to keep up with it. But I'm a big fan of football, so I always try to keep that, that always be a priority. Wow, 22-14. Yo, these guys are pretty good. That's good to see. We're going to see what they're going to be able to do. That's what's up. Yeah, they're 22-14, 9-6 in the conference, 14-8 at home, 8-5 on the road. Neutral site, they're 0-1. They play Oklahoma next at 2:00 tomorrow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Shout out to the Georgia Southern baseball team, man. It was a pretty much it was a pretty rough start. When they started playing, they lost their first 3 in a row against Tennessee. Well, I was really worried about that. But after that, they started up. Man, don't tell me that, man. Don't tell me that. I'm not trying to hear that, sir. Not trying to hear that. Somebody tell me, is that true? Is App State the division leader? Because if so, something needs to change right there. I'm not trying to hear that. Oh my God. You just look. Oh, shit. I can't stand Appalachian State. I can't stand Appalachian State. I hate them. Thank you. Let's put that up on the screen. Appalachian State is trash. Yes, it is. I hate that team. Man, the rivalry runs deep. Let me see this. They're 6-4 in the conference. Let me look at this. Look at this, Sun Belt baseball. Let's look at the standings real quick. Put this on the screen before I go. Let's share the screen. Then we can get up out of here because I got to go to work tomorrow. When was this? Okay. No, South Alabama is in the. Wait a minute. Well, South Alabama is actually in the league. In the lead of the baseball conference. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So South Alabama is in the lead, and Georgia Southern literally could take the lead if they just get a couple of wins under their belt. I mean, look, this is really close. And they got a losing record, but they're... Man, get out of here. Appalachian State sucks. Nobody want to hear about this. Yeah, so they got South Alabama, top of the conference in the East Division. Got Little Rock in the West. Okay. All right, cool. I can live with that. As long as it ain't App State. As long as it ain't them. Shit. They play the easy conference series and they're still upside down. Therefore, you got this game behind. Okay, it's all good. Yes, I heard South Alabama was good. I did hear that. Well, let me get up out of here. It's post-game thoughts. Depends on the time. I will try to let you guys stay. I'll keep you guys informed. You guys follow me on Twitter. It's VF Baller. It's easily. I mean, it's right here. You'll see where it is. Right here. You can go ahead and follow that right there, VF Baller. Check that out. Put that in the on the Twitter sphere, and you can follow me right there. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to be covering all the other sports, but definitely I'm going to be doing football. Definitely. Man, I don't want to talk about Appalachian State no more. I don't want to talk about them. So I'm going to get up out of here. Great game overall. Glad to see these guys do well. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time. And maybe if any football news come up, I'll be back live to do that. I do a lot of other things on this channel. First and Frame Rates podcast. I have another YouTube channel, and I do Twitch. So you guys have a good night. Thank you, Eagle Six Pack. Glad to see you here. Hopefully you will tell everybody what we're doing over here. And I'll see you guys next time. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. And peace.